For today's headlines, Duterte leaving behind a far better Philippines. Erwin Tulfo, Liloan Mayor head new cabinet list. Rody shuns anti-drug czar post. Nuclear energy is clean and cheap according to Cusi. Diokno sees no recession coming. More envoys meet with BBM. Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas removes e-sabong from e-wallet apps. European Union leaders ban most Russian oil as Moscow advances in Donbass. Good morning, I am Venice Bautista, and this is Tribune News on Q. Today is May 31, 2022, and these are the latest news of this Tuesday morning. President Rodrigo Duterte is leaving behind a far better Philippines than what was handed over to him by his predecessor 6 years ago, according to Malacanang. The 6-year term of the chief executive was not enough to fully enjoy Duterte's unconventional but very effective style of leadership that the world has not seen before, said Executive Secretary Salvador Medialdea. For the Executive Secretary, Duterte's legacy won't only be talked about in the years ahead, but will also be felt by the generations to come. Duterte will bow out of office on June 30 with a landmark measure, the Universal Healthcare Act, and the establishment of malasakit centers and public hospitals, Medialdea said. The senior palace official also noted that President Duterte approved a law providing free college education in all state universities and colleges and worked to restore peace and order, get rid of the illegal drug trade, and eradicate communist insurgency and extremism. Broadcaster Erwin Tulfo, Liloan Cebu Mayor Cristina Garcia Frasco, and 3 more personalities have been picked by President-elect Bongbong Marcos to join his cabinet. Incoming Press Secretary Trixie Angeles Cruz announced this in a press briefing on Monday, saying that Tulfo will lead the Department of Social Welfare and Development, or DSWD, while Garcia Frasco will lead the Department of Tourism, or DOT. The next DSWD chief is the brother of incoming Senator Raffy Tulfo, also a popular radio personality. Tulfo helped Marcos in his presidential campaign by serving as moderator in his town hall meetings. Garcia Frasco, meanwhile, is the daughter of Cebu Governor Gwen Garcia and the wife of Cebu Congressman Duke Frasco. The incoming DOT secretary also serves as the spokesperson of Vice President-elect Sara Duterte Carpio. The Garcia and Frasco clans have actively campaigned for the Marcos-Duterte tandem in Cebu, the country's most vote-rich province. Outgoing President Rodrigo Duterte is not inclined to serve as the anti-drug czar of the incoming Marcos administration. The popular chief executive, whose 6-year term will likely be remembered for its tough-on-crime agenda, had said he was not willing to accept the post that could be offered to him by President-elect Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. The former palace official relayed Duterte's message to reporters, and Panelo told the Tribune that he had discussed the matter with the president through a phone call on Friday afternoon, May 27, over a phone conversation, and he did not elaborate. Marcos said in a press conference last week that Duterte may become his anti-drug czar if the latter so wishes, but he clarified that he had no standing offer or arrangement with the president. Executive Secretary Salvador Medialdea confirmed to the media on Monday that there was no formal offer yet for President Duterte to be the government's anti-illegal drugs czar. While Duterte has yet to publicly express his interest in the post, his longtime aide, Senator Christopher Bongo, said he was confident that naming the president as anti-drug czar would help in sustaining the gains made by the outgoing administration. Tribune News on Q will be back after these reminders.
Magandang araw mga katribo! Narito na ang mga makakasama nyo tuwing umaga sa programang Gising Na. Roy Pelevelo, Atty. Lia Badillo Crisostomo, Vernon Velasco, Kim Sancha at Chert Balagtas. Abangan ang programang Gising Na sa Facebook page ng Daily Tribune.
Ilabas na ang mainit na kape at samahan kami sa inyong pag-almusal, mga katribo.
Simulan natin ang bawat umaga with good vibes sa mga informative and recreational segments ng aming programa.
Maaari niyo rin ibahagi sa amin ang inyong opinion via Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now sa YouTube.
Makichika na rin sa latest showbiz happenings, mga katribo.
Kaya naman, magsama-sama po tayo sa
Gising na!
Mga impormasyong direktang makukuha mula sa sources at diretsahang usapan. Yan ang atid namin sa inyo sa programang Straight Talk. Samahan nyo kami sa makabuluhang talakayan live tuwing Martes alas 10 ng umaga sa official Facebook page ng Daily Tribune at Tribune Now on YouTube. Alamin ang latest entertainment at sa mga paborito nyong celebrities kasama si Pocholo Concepcion sa programang WhatsApp. Makibanding at kwentuhan kasama ang mga kilalang personalidad sa entertainment industry. Sama-sama natin silang kilalanin at silipin ang makulay nilang mundo every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Kaya sit back and relax lang kayo, mga katribu. Hanapin at ilike ang Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now on YouTube. Dahil sagot na namin ang masayang kwentuhan dito lang sa WhatsApp. Non-stop showbiz update ba ang hanap nyo? Sagot na yan ang aming Tribune Extra. Balitang entertainment at lifestyle, mapa-local man o international, meron kami niyan. Manood at makichika na kasama si Kim Sancha, Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 5 ng hapon sa Tribune News on Q at separate premiere nito ng alas 7:30 ng gabi. Mapapanood sa Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now on YouTube.
We are back on Tribune News on Q. Despite being a highly politicized issue, outgoing Department of Energy Secretary Alfonso G. Cusi argued Monday that establishing nuclear power as a viable energy source is clean and cheap. In an episode of Gising Na, an online show of the Daily Tribune on Monday, Cusi said nuclear energy is the only reliable source to help solve the country's perennial problem of high electricity costs. Cusi said if nuclear energy is included in our energy mix, it will give us energy security. This is a clean source of power and will offer a cheaper price, and President Rodrigo Duterte has already signed the national policy to include nuclear energy in our energy mix, but they need a lot of things to be done before they can achieve it. The energy chief also noted that the time has come to prioritize the energization of small islands by putting up small modular nuclear power plants, especially in areas not yet connected to the main grid. Cusi, however, pointed out that the government should not only rely on the mothballed Bataan nuclear power plant alone. The DOE has already proposed to create a specialized regulatory body to be called Commission on Nuclear Energy to safeguard the integration of nuclear power in the country's energy mix. With the country's strong macroeconomic fundamentals, stable gross domestic product, and manageable inflation rate, Finance Secretary Designate and outgoing Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas Governor Benjamin Diokno said he doesn't see any recession happening in the months to come. Data from the Philippine Statistics Authority show that the country's GDP for the first quarter grew by 8.3% on the strong showing of manufacturing, wholesale and retail trade, repair of motor and vehicles and motorcycles, and transportation and storage. Further, he noted that the Philippine economy has been growing at around 6.0 to 7.0% before the pandemic. Four envoys vowed to strengthen trade and diplomatic ties with the Philippines as they paid courtesy calls on President-elect Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. yesterday. The president-in-waiting received ambassadors from Singapore, the United Kingdom, France, and European Union during separate courtesy calls at his headquarters in Mandaluyong City. Marcos's camp said during the private meetings, the envoys also vowed to help the Philippine government in achieving their common interests in democracy, self-determination, and economic recovery. Singaporean ambassador to the Philippines, Gerard Ho, noted that he sees a lot of growth potential in the Philippines and expressed hope that more Singapore companies invest in Philippine markets. The Singaporean envoy also revealed that Singapore President Halimah Yacob invited Marcos to visit their country. British Ambassador to the Philippines, Laura Bufils, disclosed that they could talk about the climate change, energy, the peace process in Mindanao, and human rights and media freedom. Tribune News on Q will be back. Stay with us.
Ang Daily Tribune may digital shows na din. Dahil sa mas lumalaki at mas lumalakas nating tribu, handog sa inyo ng Daily Tribune ang mga programang magbibigay buhay araw-araw. Be informed at mag-good vibes tuwing umaga sa programang Gising Na. Be updated sa news and happenings sa Tribune News on Q. Mas kilalanin pa natin ang mga paborito nyong atleta sa programang The Athletes Tribune. Alamin ang latest entertainment sa programang What's Up. Ma-inspire sa mga kwentong hatid ng Perfect. Search lang ang Daily Tribune sa inyong Facebook at Tribune Now on YouTube. See you there mga katribu! Mga katribu, tara na't makiisa at matuto sa mga public service programs hatid ng Kalingang Katribu. Tuwing Lunes, nandyan ang usapang business na magbibigay tips at inspirasyon sa mga aspiring entrepreneurs kasama si Vernon Velasco. Tuwing Miyerkules, usapang pangkalusugan naman ang tatalakayin ni Miss Cory Quirino sa Health and Wellness. At tuwing Biyernes naman, kung legal advice ang kailangan mo, sagot ka na ng Legal Diaries kasama si Elmer Navarro Manuel at mga guest lawyers. Lahat ng niya mapapanood tuwing alas 3:30 ng hapon sa Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now on YouTube. Mapalutong bahay man o sumptuous meal for special occasions, sagot na kayo ng tropang Kalanpag. Dahil atid sa inyo ng Daily Tribune ang fun and exciting cooking show na Kalanpag, manood at matuto kung paano lutuin ang mga favorite nyong recipes. Sabayan pa ng fun and inspiring na kwentuhan sa kusina. I-upgrade na rin natin ang mga nakasanayang traditional dish ng pamilya. Plus, healthy tipid tips na ibabahagi ng tropang Kalanpag. Matuto, mabusog at mag-good vibes dito lang sa Kalanpag. Tuwing Lunes, 10:30 a.m. sa Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now on YouTube. Mga impormasyong direktang makukuha mula sa sources at diretsahang usapan. Yan ang ating daming sa inyo sa programang Straight Talk. Samahan nyo kami sa makabuluhang talakayan live tuwing Martes alas 10 ng umaga sa official Facebook page ng Daily Tribune at Tribune Now on YouTube.
You are still watching Tribune News on Q. The Department of the Interior and Local Government, DILG, thanked the Bangko Sentral de Pilipinas, or BSP, for heeding the call of President Rodrigo Duterte to stop e-sabong operations in the country by immediately ordering its bank-supervised financial institutions to remove all e-sabong operators from the list of merchants in their respective online applications. The DILG Secretary Eduardo Año also called on Facebook to block several FB pages or accounts catering to illegal e-sabong operations, including those in its social media affiliates or subsidiaries. Año said the BSP, through BSP Memorandum Circular 2022-026, released on May 27, 2022, directed BSFI to only deal with gambling or online gaming businesses that are authorized by the government. Meanwhile, the LG Undersecretary and spokesperson Jonathan Malaya wrote Facebook to request them to block several pages, groups, and accounts, encouraging people to play illegal e-sabong in all of its social media affiliates or subsidiaries. European Union leaders agreed late Monday to ban more than two-thirds of Russian oil imports, tightening economic screws on the country, even as Moscow's forces made gains in the eastern Donbas region of war-ravaged Ukraine. The compromise deal, meant to punish Russia for its invasion 3 months ago, cuts a huge source of financing for its war machine, European Council Chief Charles Michel tweeted. Leaders of the 27-nation bloc had met to negotiate the long-sought deal earlier Monday in Brussels amid concerns raised by Hungary and other neighboring countries on Russian fuel. On the ground, Russian forces pressed their offensive in Donbas. As Europe announced its pressure on Moscow, Washington took a caution line regarding weaponry for Ukraine. U.S. President Joe Biden said he would not send rocket systems to Ukraine that could hit Russian territory, despite urgent requests from Kyiv for such weapons and extensive U.S. military aid since the war began. And that wraps up the stories this morning. But before we go, we would like to thank the following: SM Store, Araneta City, Department of Tourism, MG Motors, Hina Motors, Security Bank, Empire Eastern Holdings Incorporated, and Overseas Community Affairs Council Member Alan Lin of Republic of China for their continued support. Again, this is Venice Bautista on Tribune News on Q. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Good morning.
Catch the latest news on our website, tribune.net.ph. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. Download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store for iOS and Google Play for Android to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune invites you to join its Viber community, Katribu, to get updates on the hottest news on politics, business, sports, lifestyle, and entertainment. Emoticons of the Tribune mascot Tarsito are available on our community Viber.